Welcome to another new feature of Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. This will be entitled Sean's Response. This is where I become more social. This is where I become more interactive. This is where I respond only to my viewers and to my subscribers. No longer am I focusing and shifting my attention to the haters, the trolls, the drama. I'm responding to only my subscribers. So if you want to have Sean's View Entertainment respond to you, and it's whether it's wrestling related, news related, game related, whatever it is related, as long as it's relevant, as long as it's something I'm passionate about, as long as it's something I like, as long as I think it warrants a response, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And remember, this is not drama or BS or storyline related. This is just a response to show you that I care about your comments, your messages, and your feedback, because that's what it's all about, feedback here on Sean's View Entertainment. Now, in a video I did prior to this one James Houston asks me the following question, or he has a statement for me. And the video previous to this one, to just catch you up to speed, was about WWE not focusing and shifting its attention towards the indie guys, the smaller guys like the CM Punks and the Daniel Bryans, and paying more attention to guys like the bodybuilders, the stronger guys, the burlier individuals, the Kanes, the Undertakers, the Big Shows, the John Cenas, the Randy Ortons, the ones with the great physique. So James Houston says to me in that video in a comment, and this is my response: Sean, and by the way, thank you, James. Thank you very much for your response. It's very much welcome right here on Sean's View Entertainment, because it's all about responses. Sean, how could you remember watching the WWF/WWE, and I did add to this a little bit more so you know what's going on, in the 80s? How did you watch WWF in the 80s, Sean, when you are only 25 years of age? It's impossible. You probably only started watching wrestling in the late 90s. Well, to James, I say this. It's called family. It's called lineage. It's called history. All right? I have a wealth of knowledge on my side, no doubt about it. And most important, I have a 40-year-old brother. Yes, you heard that right. Swear to God, God honest on the truth, I have a 40-year-old brother. Yes, I have a brother that's much older than me. So you know what that means is he watched, he studied, he took it in, and he passed all that knowledge. He passed all that history down to me. All the stuff I didn't witness, all the stuff I didn't see live, I was able to hear it and witness it and see it through him, through his eyes, because he taped all the matches, he taped all the shows, he taped all the Saturday Night's Main Events, the days of King Khan Bundy, the days of Don Morocco, the days of Hulk Hogan, the days of the British Bulldogs, the days of Adrian Adonis. Don't try to test me on my knowledge, and don't try to test me and tell me when I watch wrestling, when I didn't watch wrestling, what I know and what I don't know. You're looking at a long-term WWE fan, and if I wasn't alive and if I wasn't able to witness it then, I lived through it through documentaries and Blu-rays and DVDs and VHSs and YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at somebody that still watched the WWE when it wasn't so popular to be a wrestling fan. Hell, it might not even be so popular to be a wrestling fan nowadays. You're looking at a fan who watched and lived through the Attitude Era, who lived before the Attitude Era, the new generation with the Bret Harts and the Lex Lugers, the Razor Ramones and the Big Daddy Cool Diesels. Yeah, I might have not have been around for the Hulkamania era, but I lived it. I watched it vicariously through my brother, through VHSs, through DVDs, through documentaries, through the History Channel. There is a wealth of knowledge out there, and yes, while many can say it's not the same as watching it live, you get a different perspective when you watch it in DVDs and Blu-rays, and you get a different perspective of what the product once used to be and what it has become. And you know what? Like I said, I continued watching wrestling when it wasn't probably the proper or most notable thing to do. I stayed being a WWE fan. I never took a break. I never went away. So to James Houston, who claims that I've started watching in the late 90s, no, I started watching in the early 90s. I started watching when Bret Hart and Ric Flair and Macho Man Randy Savage started to retire. I watched WrestleMania unfold before my very eyes, the later parts of WrestleMania, obviously. But I'll tell you what right now, there's a lot of people in this world that, lived through the Attitude Era. They watched the Ruthless Aggression Era. They watched John Cena evolve. They watched the evolution of Randy Orton. They watched Batista become a World Heavyweight Champion. And while you've watched all that, I've watched and rewatched and watched again everything that has unfolded, whether it was the 80s, whether it was the 90s, whether it was today, whether it was tomorrow, whether it was in the future, the past, the present. It doesn't matter what it is. You are looking at one of the most loyal WWE fans, because when everybody else stopped watching, when fans went away, when fans said, I've seen enough, when fans couldn't take it anymore, I was still there. Sean's View Entertainment will never go away. I don't care if I'm 25 or 85. Sean's View Entertainment is going to watch WWE then. He's going to watch it tomorrow. He's going to watch it in the past, in the present, in the future. I'm going to watch it all the time. I have a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs. I have WWE 24/7. I have WWE On Demand. I'm going to be getting the WWE Network channel. So I can guarantee to you right now, if you question my loyalty and my longevity and my history and the impact that I have had and the resources that I have found this information and saw it on VHSs and DVDs and Blu-rays and what have you, and gone to the events and lived it and met these larger-than-life superstars and, seen what the indies are about and how it's so much different from the WWE. You are looking at the ultimate WWE fan, a man that lives, sleeps, breathes, and bleeds watching and knowing the WWE. Subscribe.